Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gibbon Travelogue. And this time round, we are going to visit one of the most fascinating cities in Japan, Kyoto.
Kyoto is no doubt the cultural capital of Japan and is home to 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which include 13 Buddhist temples, 3 Shinto shrines, and a castle. So, how did this come about? Kyoto is old. In fact, it is one of the oldest cities in Japan and was chosen by the emperors of Japan to be its capital for 1075 years since 794. Hence, Kyoto is also known as the 1000-year capital.
Okay, before we get started, be sure to subscribe to Gibbon Travelogue. So without further ado, let's dive in and we'll visit the top 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Kyoto.
Our first stop is the Kiyomizu-dera Temple, located in eastern Kyoto. This temple has long been a destination for pilgrims and is Kyoto's most popular tourist destination, attracting about 4.5 million visitors each year. Kiyomizu-dera was founded 1,250 years ago by a priest from Nara who received a vision to construct the temple next to the Otowa spring. The temple's present buildings were constructed in 1633 by the shogun Tokugawa Iemitsu. It is best known for its wooden stage that overlooks the beautiful maple and cherry trees surrounding the temple. The porch comprises 168 wooden pillars and over 400 cedar floorboards, all fitted together without the use of nails, relying instead on a unique interlocking joint system. The popular expression to jump off the stage at Kiyomizu is equivalent to the English expression to take the plunge. The Japanese took this quite literally, with the tradition that if one were to survive the 13-meter jump from the Kiyomizu stage, one's wish would be granted. That's if you survive. Of the 234 jumps recorded, 85% survive. Thankfully, this practice was prohibited in 1872. The temple's main hall is a stunning example of traditional Japanese architecture and has been designated as a national treasure. Another attraction of this temple is the Otowa waterfall, which features prominently in the temple origin story. Water from the waterfall flows down from 3 separate streams. Visitors can use the cups provided at the base of the waterfall to drink from them. Each of the streams is believed to have a different effect. One will bring success, one will bring love, and the last one bring about longevity. You should only pick one of the 3 streams though, as it is considered greedy if you were to drink from all of them. The first structure that you will likely encounter is the Nyomon Gate. This is the gate of the Deva King Nyo, who is the guardian god to ward off intruders. Further along in the grounds is the 3-storied pagoda. A dragon can be seen on the southeast corner of the roof and is said to protect the structure from fire. The pagoda is one of the tallest of its kind in Japan, at 31 meters high. The current structure dated back to a reconstruction in 1633. The Zugudo Hall was constructed in 1735 and is dedicated to Buddha's mother. The road leading to Kiyomizu Temple is filled with a selection of shops and restaurants. A host of souvenirs from traditional to whimsical can be found along the street. Don't miss the local Kyoto specialty of Namayasuhashi, a triangle of mochi filled with various flavors. Restaurants serve everything from simple bowls of soba or udon to more elaborate set meals. Next up is Toji Temple or the East Temple. The Buddhist temple located in southern Kyoto was founded in 826, just after the capital was moved to Kyoto from Nara. The 5-storied pagoda is the tallest pagoda in Japan at 55 meters. The large temple, together with its sister temple, Saiji, or the West Temple, which unfortunately was burned down in 1233, flank the south entrance of Kyoto city and serve as the guardian temples. The pagoda houses relics of the historical Buddha. 4 Buddha statues facing in 4 different directions are located on the ground level. The inside of the pagoda is normally closed to the public. Something interesting is the resilience of this pagoda structure. Since the 9th century, the pagoda was burned down 4 times, with the current one built in 1644. But through the centuries, the pagoda was never knocked down by an earthquake. Apparently, it was designed to absorb the vibrations of earthquakes through the interlocked parts of the pagoda. Vibrations would also gradually disperse as they moved to the higher parts of the pagoda in a motion known as the snake dance. The kondo, or the main hall, is the largest structure in Toji. It was built in the 8th century, burned down in 1486 and rebuilt in 1603. The temple also features a stunning garden with a Ryoan pond. The next stop is Kinkakuji Temple. Kinkakuji is also known as the Temple of the Golden Pavilion and has its history traces back to 1397. It was the retirement villa of Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, and he had ordered it to be converted into a Zen temple after his death. The top 2 floors of Kinkakuji is completely covered in gold leaf, and he had inspired the construction of Ginkakuji Temple of the Silver Pavilion by his grandson Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimasa on the other side of the city a few decades later. The Golden Pavilion was burned down quite a few times throughout its history, including a recent one in 1950 set by a monk with mental illness. The present building was reconstructed in 1955. After viewing the pavilion from across the pond, you will pass by the temple's gardens, which have retained their original design from Yoshimitsu's days. Interesting spots include the Amitaku pond that is said to never dry up, and statues that visitors throw coins at for luck. Near the exit, you will pass by Fudo Hall, a small temple hall which houses a statue of Fudumyo, one of the 5 wisdom kings and protector of Buddhism. The temple's stunning architecture and serene atmosphere make it a must-visit destination in Kyoto. The 4th UNESCO World Heritage Site is the Kinkakuji Temple. Kinkakuji, also known as the Silver Pavilion, is a Zen temple built in the 15th century by Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimasa. Kinkakuji is famous for its beautiful gardens, which are designed to be viewed from the temple's main hall. The gardens feature a variety of plants and trees, as well as a large pond and a sand garden. The sand garden, also known as the Sea of Silver Sand, is particularly noteworthy for its intricate patterns and designs. The temple's main hall is a 2-story building that houses several important cultural artifacts. Among these is a statue of the temple's founder, Ashikaga Yoshimasa. The main hall also contains several paintings and calligraphy works by famous artists of the time. One of the most distinctive features is the moon viewing platform, which offers views of the temple's gardens and the surrounding area. The platform is said to have been built as a place for Yoshimasa to enjoy the moon's reflection on the pond, and it remains a popular spot for visitors to take in the view. Ginkakuji is also known for its association with the tea ceremony. The temple is said to be one of the places where the tea ceremony was first developed, and it continues to be an important center for the study and practice of the tea ceremony. As you climb up the hill behind the garden, you'll be rewarded with a stunning view of the Silver Pavilion and the surrounding towns and mountainscape. The temple's serene atmosphere and tranquil garden make it a perfect place to escape from the city's hustle and bustle. Our next stop is the Ryoan Temple. Ryoan Temple is a Zen temple located in northwestern Kyoto. The temple is famous for its rock garden, which is considered to be one of the most famous examples of the Karisansui style of gardening. The temple was founded in the 15th century and was originally a villa for a powerful nobleman. It was later converted into a temple and was used as a place for Zen meditation and training. The rock garden, which is considered the main attraction of the temple, was created in the late 15th century and is believed to have been designed by the famous Zen master Soami. The rock garden is a rectangular space that is approximately 25 meters long and 10 meters wide. It is surrounded by a low wall and is divided into two sections. The larger section is filled with white gravel and is home to 15 rocks of various sizes. The smaller section is planted with moss and is home to a small pond. The layout of the rocks in the garden is considered to be a mystery and is said to have many different interpretations. Because the meaning has not been made explicit, it's up to you to find the meaning for yourself. Ryoan Temple's garden is viewed from the Hojo, the head priest's former residence. Besides the stone garden, the Hojo features some paintings on the sliding doors of his tatami rooms and a couple of smaller gardens on the rear side of the building. The Hojo is connected to the Kuri, the former temple kitchen, which now serves as the temple's main entrance. Ryoan Temple is open to visitors year-round and is a popular destination for tourists and locals alike. It is a great place to visit for those interested in Zen Buddhism and Japanese culture. Our final stop is Nijo Castle, located in central Kyoto. The castle was built in the 17th century by the shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, and it served as the residence of the shogun during their visits to Kyoto. Its palace buildings are arguably the best surviving examples of castle palace architecture of Japan's feudal era, and the castle was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. Nijo Castle can be divided into three areas: the Honmaru, the Ninomaru, and some gardens around them. The entire castle grounds and the Honmaru are surrounded by stone walls and moats. Visitors enter Nijo Castle through a large gate in the east. As you venture into the castle grounds, you will see the majestic Chinese-style Karamon Gate, the entrance to the Ninomaru Golden Palace. The gate is identified by use of karahafu, a curved gable particular to Japan. This gate is admired for its gorgeous wood carvings, covered in beautiful detailing that must have taken artisans of old countless hours to create. The Ninomaru Palace has 5 buildings, 33 rooms and 800 tatami mats, and is mostly constructed of Hinoki cypress. The base is made out of squared masonry and the roof uses cypress bark. The palace was an office and residence for the Tokugawa shoguns when they visited Kyoto, and so it was constructed to reflect the power of the office. One of the most notable features of the palace is its nightingale floors. These floors were designed to make a chirping noise when walked on, which served as a security measure to alert the shogun and his guards of any intruders. Unfortunately, no photography is allowed within the palace. Just outside the Ninomaru Palace is the lovely Ninomaru Garden. The garden was designed by famous landscape architect and tea master Koburi Enshu and is constructed around a large central pond that has 3 islands: the Island of Eternal Happiness, Crane Island, and Turtle Island. The Honmaru and Ninomaru are surrounded by green space and tree-lined walking paths. Cherry trees of numerous varieties are planted throughout the castle grounds, including nearly 400 cherry trees of late blooming varieties in a cherry orchard. And because of the many cherry trees varieties present, the blooming season at Nijo Castle usually lasts from late March through the entire month of April. And that's it for our top 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Kyoto. We hope you enjoyed this video and that it gives you some inspiration for your next trip to Japan. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more travel content, and we'll see you in the next video.